Today is October in England, and to be honest, the weather is just so-so. It's gloomy and overcast today, but I'm really happy because after living in the UK for over 12 years, this is actually my first time coming to this place called Headington. It's the largest girls' school in the UK with over 800 students. Over 800 and they're all girls, can you imagine? The concept is, if it were a co-ed school, there might be 1,600 or 1,700 students. So this is probably one of the biggest schools in the UK. As for Oxford, if I'd come to the UK to study, this would definitely have been one of my top 2 choices. So I'm kind of indulging myself by coming in to take a look. Today, our main character, Headington Rye Oxford, is just 1 mile from Oxford city centre. Whether you drive or take the bus, it's only about a 10-minute journey. Headington Rye was founded in 1915, and at that time it was called Headington School. It was established by a group of Christians who wanted to provide education for girls. Last year, in 2024, it merged with the nearby Rye St Antony and was renamed Headington Rye Oxford. Don't think of it as just a typical corporate merger. They've joined forces to combine their strengths and resources. After the merger, Headington Rye Oxford didn't just change its name, it also integrated the values, unique qualities, and histories of both schools. The school is rooted in Christian traditions while embracing multicultural inclusivity. It retains the original girls' school features for the secondary and 6th form, while the prep school is co-educational, admitting both boys and girls. Children as young as 3 years old can already apply for admission.
Rye was a very small school, and by merging together it's allowed us to move our prep school, which goes up to age 11, onto their site, which is absolutely fantastic. So our prep girls and boys at 11 have the opportunity to really involve themselves in everything that they can get involved with. A fantastic sports hall, all the sorts of things you'd want at a senior school is at a prep school. And then the girls come on to here at 11 and the boys go on to the boys' schools in the local city.
The campus covers 23 acres and not only has a dedicated music building, a professional-grade recording studio and a theatre with 260 seats, but also its own large art gallery and textile studio. If you want to challenge your own creativity, this is absolutely the place. There's absolutely no shortage of places to express yourself. There's an all-weather sports field, an indoor swimming pool, a fitness centre and a high-end cycling room. The most impressive thing is that even the dance studio floor is built to ballet school standards. Some of you watching might have already noticed a familiar name just now. Headington School is actually the alma mater of Emma Watson, the actress who played Hermione in Harry Potter. The boarding school's arts gallery is truly amazing. I really know how to appreciate how much time and talent it takes to create these artworks. And it's not just paintings, like those wire sculptures, for example. If you put them in the Tate Modern or one of those updated galleries in Hong Kong, I might actually pay to buy them. They're so beautiful, so luxurious, and such high quality. It's really not just about technique. In Hong Kong, we often go to those art classes and learn to draw things that look realistic. But in the end, it feels kind of meaningless. You might have technique, but if you don't have creativity, if you don't have that spark, then art is not art. You know, it's just not. Rowing is Headington's specialty. The rowing team has produced Olympic representatives and national champion level athletes. Your daughter can study drama, music and sports here, learning how to shine on stage. These aren't just hobby classes, they're confidence building courses. In the future, when she enters the workforce, being well-rounded in both academics and extracurriculars will help her carry herself with poise and grace, interact with others and even deliver speeches on stage. Headington doesn't aim to make every girl exactly the same. On the contrary, what they want to cultivate is a new generation of independent, confident and opinionated women.
Back to girls in education. I think one of the things that we absolutely understand in the UK, the US and Australia, though I'm not so sure it's the case everywhere else, but there is definitely empirical evidence proving that girls are more likely to take maths and science subjects if they're in an all-girls environment. In fact, maths is our largest A-level subject, followed by biology and chemistry. We also have a lot of girls considering engineering at university. We have creative engineering as well. As a course as well, all of these different things that we find girls don't necessarily do in a co-educational environment.
What girls at Headington need to learn is how to express their leadership and interests in an all-girls environment. The most impressive thing about Headington is that they don't just admit top students. They choose girls with potential, ideas, and determination. You don't need 4 A's, but you do need to be willing to learn and take action. Whether your strengths are in the humanities, sciences, arts, or languages, the school offers more than 27 GCSE subjects and 30 A-level subjects to choose from. Every year, over 1/3 of A-level results are A grades. In 2025, as much as 33% of GCSE results achieved a grade 9 and 79% reached A star or A. The school consistently delivers strong academic results. They provide one-on-one university application support, and last year, out of 125 graduates, 6 were admitted to Oxford or Cambridge. Most of the other graduates go on to study at Russell Group universities or American Ivy League schools, so there are really no bad outcomes. The youngest boarding students can start as early as 9 years old. The school offers full boarding, weekly boarding, and flexi boarding options to suit different family needs. The dormitories provide 24-hour pastoral care, monitoring both academic progress and personal development. In this environment, the things that girls have to learn are things that many Hong Kong schools simply can't teach. For example, self-management. Without their parents around, they have to manage their own time, their own homework, and their own social life. This is the kind of independence they'll need in the future, whether it's for work or managing their own families. The girls here aren't meant to become delicate flowers in a greenhouse. They're meant to grow into big trees, able to stand on their own and also shelter those around them from the wind and rain. Isn't this all-girls environment really important? When it comes to studying, teenage girls need to focus. If they're constantly surrounded by a bunch of immature boys causing trouble, how can they possibly concentrate? At Headington, they can devote all their energy, time, and intelligence to academics and their interests. Some say girls' schools are like convents, but in reality, they're like time capsules that prepare students early for the challenges they'll face in society. Headington and Rye St Antony have merged, and now it's the largest girls' school in the UK, with over 800 students, more than 300 of whom are boarders. With over 300 boarders, what does that mean? It's bigger than a typical boarding school. Just one boarding house already has over 300 people. Besides being big, I really felt something this time because now I have a daughter. In the past, when I visited girls' schools, I didn't have kids yet, so this time it felt different. Now that Emma is 2 years old and starting to grow up, I'm really starting to think about how to choose a school for my daughter. In Hong Kong, there's all that stuff like ITT, Victoria's playgroups, and the whole system is just so crazy. With all these stories of rejection starting already, I also think actually there's no need to be so anxious. In the end, we receive students from so many different schools and they all end up going to the UK anyway, so I think we should relax a bit and keep an open mind. My wife studied in the US and I studied in the UK. Now there's always this ongoing debate about where she should study. Whether you look at the engineering department, the DT, design and technology department, the gymnasium, the sports facilities, even their own culinary team, everything is top notch. If she comes here to study, there really aren't any boys around, so she might actually get to try a lot more things. She could really become someone great, gain confidence, and be able to explore and play. I really think girls at schools have their own appeal. Of course, in co-ed schools, the world is made up of both men and women, so there's that too. So this debate is going to be a long debate. I think what we've gained the most this time is experience. We've had a lot of conversations about this. My wife and I have so many things to discuss. At the end of the day, it really comes down to visiting the schools in person. You really have to go and check out the schools yourself for your daughter. I think it's a great school.